video is going to be sort of like an annual thing. I'm showing you 2 different makeup looks for Valentine's Day. I typically do one that's a little bit more soft and feminine, and then one that's a little bit more bold, smoky. This is more of like the smoky version. It's still, I mean, it's kind of minimal. I would totally wear this on Valentine's Day. I would totally wear this any day. But again, I'm gonna do it this year. I am not using wings liner or red lipstick. And this year, I'm also not using any falsies, which can be mostly attributed to the fact that this mascara is phenomenal and you don't need falsies when you wear it. I used the Morphe 35T palette to achieve this look, as well as one little Coastal Scents Hot Pot. And in this video, I'm not showing you anything except for the eye. So if you want to know what's on the rest of my face, I will list it in the description box down below. But just to save time, I'm just showing you guys my eyes for both of these looks. So if you want to see how I got look number 1, then let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I am, of course, starting off by priming. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Fair Beige. I'm just gonna blend that out and set it with my RCMA No Color Powder to act as a base for all the shadow that I'm gonna go in with on top. Then I'm going to grab my Morphe 35T palette and a blending brush from Colourpop, and I'm going to use these 2 shades together. I'm just gonna mix them, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my crease. I'm using this blending brush to keep the shades pretty tight in my crease, only because I really want this to be more of a round shaped shadow look as opposed to anything super winged out, because my tendency is to go a little bit more wingy with my shadow. So I'm really focusing on keeping this look very rounded. I'm just grabbing a bit of a deeper brown and popping that in the crease as well. Again, focusing this very tight in the crease and focusing on keeping it very rounded. And again, with an even deeper brown, but with this one, I'm only focusing this on the inner and the outer corners to make sort of a halo looking eye. And then I'm just going in with a blending brush one more time to blend together all the edges in my crease. And then I'm going in with my concealer once again, just on the center of my lid. This is just going to help the eyeshadow that I put on top of it really stand out, and it's also gonna help it really stick. This is Caramel Ice. It's a Hot Pot by Coastal Scents. It's super inexpensive and it's such a beautiful shade. Once again, going in with a blending brush just to make sure everything is nice and seamless. Here I'm just deepening up the inner and outer corners with the same brush and the same shade in the palette, just to make the contrast a little bit more stark. Here I'm just curling my eyelashes to prep them for a couple coats of my favorite mascara, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's phenomenal, people. To highlight my inner corner, I'm using the Physicians Formula Natural Nude highlighter. I'm focusing on the lighter sort of yellow toned colors, and just popping that on the inner crease. You may have noticed I also went ahead and did all of my foundation and base products off of camera. Now I'm just lining my waterline with the Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Honeydude. And then just to finish up the lower lash line, I'm basically just grabbing one of the more deep browns, and I'm gonna buff that on the outer edge of my lower lash line, and then coat my lower lashes in a coat of L'Oreal Lash Paradise. For brows, I'm gonna go ahead and use my tried and true, the Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow Shape and Define. It's in the color Rich Brown. I've also paired this with the spoolie wand from the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, because it's a little bit more precise, which I prefer for something that's so pigmented. I'm just setting everything here with my Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray, and that's everything. So that does it for look number 1, and this here is look number 2. This one is very minimal. This is probably the easiest, simplest eye look I have ever done, especially ever put on my channel. All you fellow lazy girls out there, this one is for you, because it's literally the simplest thing I think I've ever done. It's the simplest, but like the most effective, because it looks like I tried. I mean, I would go out to a Valentine's Day dinner like this, but it took me about 3.5 minutes, if that. So this one's a lot softer, it's a lot more ethereal. I would probably pair it with an even nuder lip. This is Colourpop Trap, which shows up a little bit darker on me, probably just because I'm so fair. But I would probably go with like a more nude pinky sort of lip just to make the whole look really like ethereal and soft and pretty and feminine, but I absolutely love the way the eyes turned out. And like I said, it takes about 5 seconds. So if you want to see how I got this look, then let's go ahead and get started. So starting off here, this second look, I have already primed my eyes the exact same way I primed them in the first look. And then I just grabbed my Stargazer pressed powder. It's in a very stark white shade, and I'm further setting this just because I want the eyes to be very bright and awake. Then for all over my lid, I'm going in with the Stila Maginifcent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Ballet Baby. It's just going all over my lid. I'm gonna blend it out very, very gently. And then to highlight my inner corner, I'm using my Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter. It's the stark pearly white shade, and I'm just popping that on my inner corners. I'm just going in for a really light second layer of that Stila liquid shadow just to make it a little bit more intense, but still very soft and feminine. For the waterline, I'm using another Colourpop Creme Gel liner. This time I'm using the shade Exit. It's again a very stark white just to help open up the eyes. Then for mascara, again, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This time I am using the wand from the ELF Lash Tint mascara because it's so incredibly thin and simple to get your lower lashes as well as the top of your top lashes, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm gonna slap on a couple of coats of this, and that's gonna complete look number 2. So that's everything for my Valentine's Day looks this year. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos of mine, and I will see you guys next time.